Episode 5, Risk Assessments, Identifying and Mitigating Threats with Precision. Welcome back to Executive Protection Insights, the podcast dedicated to empowering executive protection professionals with the tools, strategies, and knowledge they need to excel. I'm your host, Liam, and today we're focusing on a topic at the heart of every successful operation: risk assessments. Risk assessments are the cornerstone of effective executive protection. They allow you to identify potential threats, evaluate their likelihood, and create actionable plans to mitigate them. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to conduct comprehensive risk assessments, avoid common pitfalls, and leverage technology to make the process more efficient. We'll also dive into the often overlooked areas of political risks, geopolitical risks, and intelligence sources, key components that can dramatically impact the accuracy and effectiveness of your risk assessments. So whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting in the field, this episode will give you the insights you need to take your risk assessment skills to the next level. What are risk assessments? Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a risk assessment, and why is it so essential to executive protection? A risk assessment is a systematic process of identifying, analyzing, and evaluating potential threats that could impact a mission. These threats can range from logistical challenges to security risks, natural disasters, political instability, and even geopolitical tensions. The 5 key steps in a risk assessment are: 1. Identify risks. Pinpoint all possible threats, from environmental hazards to human factors and geopolitical developments. 2. Evaluate risks. Assess the likelihood and potential impact of each threat. 3. Mitigate risks. Develop strategies to eliminate or reduce the impact of each identified risk. 4. Monitor risks. Continuously track potential changes, especially in volatile environments. 5. Update assessments. Ensure your risk analysis evolves with new information or situational changes. The goal is not to eliminate all risks, because that's impossible, but to anticipate and prepare for them so they don't compromise the mission. Why risk assessments are critical. Now, let's talk about why risk assessments are so crucial in executive protection. Here are 4 key reasons. 1. Proactive planning. Risk assessments allow you to anticipate challenges before they happen. This ensures that your team isn't reacting to problems, but is instead proactively managing them. 2. Resource allocation. Not all risks are equal. A good risk assessment helps you prioritize threats and allocate resources where they're needed most. 3. Team alignment. A shared understanding of potential risks ensures that everyone on your team is prepared and knows their role in mitigating them. 4. Understanding political and geopolitical risks. Events like political protests, sanctions, or tensions between nations can significantly impact a mission. A thorough risk assessment takes these factors into account, ensuring the safety of your principal and volatile regions. Without a proper risk assessment, even the best plans can fall apart. With one, you can operate with confidence and control. Intelligence, the foundation of accurate risk assessments. Before diving into examples, let's address a critical element of risk assessments: intelligence. The accuracy and reliability of your risk assessment depend on the quality of the information you gather. Key intelligence sources for risk assessments include: First, databases. Public and private security databases can provide data on crime rates, recent incidents, and known threats. Examples include police crime reports, global incident maps, and security advisories. Specialized platforms like WorldAware or Control Risks offer country-specific risk analysis. Second, local contacts. Law enforcement, hotel security teams, or event organizers can provide real-time, on-the-ground information. Local fixers or logistics professionals with knowledge of the area can be invaluable in high-risk or unfamiliar locations. 3. Organizations. Partnering with organizations like OSAC, Overseas Security Advisory Council, can provide geopolitical insights. Embassies and consulates often have risk advisories and resources tailored for specific regions. 4. Human intelligence. Human. Conversations with locals, colleagues, or industry professionals can reveal nuances that databases and reports may miss. Employing risk intelligence officers within your team ensures you have expertise tailored to each mission. Ainda open source intelligence. Ocean. Publicly available sources such as news reports, social media, and forums can provide early warning signs of unrest, protests, or other disruptions. Why it matters. Your ability to create actionable risk assessments hinges on gathering high-quality intelligence from reliable sources. Without this foundation, even the best analysis and mitigation plans may fall short. Real-world scenario. Risk assessment in action. To understand the value of a risk assessment, let's look at a real-world scenario. Imagine you're tasked with protecting a Fortune 500 CEO attending an international conference in Singapore. The itinerary includes high-profile speaking engagements, a private dinner, and multiple transfers between locations. Here's how a comprehensive risk assessment can make all the difference. Identified risks. The assessment highlights traffic congestion near the venue, increased activism targeting the industry, a tropical storm forecasted for the region, and potential geopolitical tensions due to recent regional disputes. Evaluated risks. Traffic congestion is highly likely but low impact, while the tropical storm poses a medium likelihood, high-impact threat. Political protests related to regional disputes are assessed as a moderate likelihood, but potentially disruptive. Intelligence sources used. Information from local contacts, OSINT, and security databases was critical in identifying and evaluating these risks. Mitigation plans. Pre-screen alternate routes to avoid traffic delays. Coordinate with local authorities to monitor activist activity and geopolitical developments. Develop an evacuation plan in case the tropical storm intensifies. By conducting a thorough risk assessment and leveraging reliable intelligence, your team ensures that the principal's safety isn't compromised, and the mission proceeds smoothly despite the challenges. How to conduct a comprehensive risk assessment. So how do you conduct an effective risk assessment? Here's a step-by-step process. Step 1. Gather information. Start by collecting all relevant details about the mission using the intelligence sources we just discussed. Step 2. Identify threats. Consider a wide range of potential risks, including physical security risks, unsecured venues, protesters, or crowd dynamics. Environmental risks, weather conditions, natural disasters, or challenging terrain. Cybersecurity risks, hacking attempts or social engineering targeting the principal. Political risks, unrest, protests, or changes in government policies that could impact the mission. Geopolitical risks, regional conflicts, travel restrictions, or international sanctions affecting the protectee's movement or assets. Step 3. Evaluate risks. Assess each threat's likelihood and impact using a risk matrix. Step 4. Develop mitigation strategies. Create actionable plans to minimize each identified risk. Step 5. Communicate findings. Share the risk assessment with your team so everyone is informed and aligned on the plan. Segment 6. Common pitfalls in risk assessments. Even the best teams can fall into traps when conducting risk assessments. Here are some common mistakes to avoid. 1. Overlooking intelligence quality. Poor or outdated information leads to flawed assessments. Invest in reliable intelligence sources. 2. Underestimating political or geopolitical risks. These risks can have significant implications, especially in volatile regions. 3. Failing to update assessments. Situations evolve quickly, and static risk assessments can leave your team vulnerable. Avoiding these pitfalls ensures that your risk assessments are accurate, actionable, and effective. How technology enhances risk assessments. This is where tools like advanced work can transform the way you conduct risk assessments. Key features include integrated risk matrices, automatically calculate threat levels based on likelihood and impact, real-time updates, Adjust assessments on the fly as new information becomes available. Collaboration tools. Share findings and mitigation plans with your team instantly. Secure storage. Keep sensitive information protected while ensuring it's accessible to authorized users. By leveraging technology, you can make your risk assessments faster, more accurate, and easier to manage. Key takeaways. As we wrap up, here are the key points from today's episode. 1. Risk assessments are essential for proactive planning, resource allocation, and team alignment. 2. A comprehensive assessment includes identifying threats, evaluating their likelihood and impact, and developing mitigation plans. 3. Include political, geopolitical, and intelligence-based risks for a complete understanding of potential threats. 4. Avoid common pitfalls like overlooking intelligence quality or failing to update assessments. 5. Leverage tools like advanced work to streamline and enhance the risk assessment process. Remember, risk assessments aren't just about identifying threats. They're about empowering your team to handle them with confidence. That's it for today's episode of Advanced Work Insights. I hope this discussion has given you a deeper understanding of how to conduct effective risk assessments and why they're so critical to executive protection. If you found this episode valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your team. And don't forget to explore the Advanced Work app at advancedwork.app for tools designed to take your risk assessments and your entire operation to the next level. Join us next time as we discuss how to adapt to real-time challenges during a mission. Until then, stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, mitigation is the key to mission success.